Hello and welcome to A&B Heating and Cooling. Today we're going to be installing a humidifier, a flow-through bypass humidifier. This particular brand name is a Goodman system. The model number is HUMLFTBP. This is the system we're going to be installing it on. We're going to put the humidifier itself on the cold air return line with a humidistat over top of it, and our ductwork will tie in up the top once we're done with everything here. This particular brand name, you can flip over the supply air from left to right. I need to flip over this return from my right to the left here. It's real simple. They snap off here. And remember, I'll talk about this later in the video, the summer and winter, you need that damper open and close, for summer and winter. So I'm going to snap this on here. And the transition is that easy. Once I change the damper over, position that in the correct position, I am now going to put this up here. And it's up to you. There's a template that they give you. I just score it. I score mine on the inside here to make so I know how far I want to have that cut to be open at that point in order to get the humidifier in there the correct way. You're going to need a couple of tools. These are some of my favorite tools that I like to use. Obviously my drill. Got metal snips here. My favorite. Fenders there. Also some more right angle and left angle snips that I have. And the most favorite part that I love. This is my duck hole cutter. What I'm going to do now is going to hook this up in here. This guides right on. You can buy this right from Lowe's, Home Depot. They sell them as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with a pilot hole, because I've already marked where my template is. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I've already marked it on where I need to have my opening at. So what I'm going to do now is just cut a small opening here by doing this. And after I do that, I've already marked it for 6 inches wide, which is a little bit smaller than what my opening is going to be. So now, I'm going to do this. Battery's trying to die on me here. And that's my first opening now. Okay, now I've got my hole cut. I can't stress it enough, be very, very careful with this. This stuff will literally shear your hands off the sheet metal when you go to cut it. That's why I said you're going to need, and when you go to cut this, you're going to need left angle, right angle snips. You're going to need, like I said, the benders, the tools I was telling you about. You're going to need all those tools in order to make this cut, proper. Because there's still burrs on here, and if your hand gets caught on there, it will snip your hands. It got me one time already just doing this project. So, with all that said and done, now that I've got my opening, what I did was I scored marks on the sheet metal around here, and now I'm just going to place it right in here. And voila! Now with that said and done, we are going to attach this, and we're going to start doing some more in a little bit. All right, now that I've put my screws in to hold the housing in. Also hooked up the water line as well. It's a 3/8 line that hooks up here. I'm now going to put my filter media in place now, which is this right here. What happens is the air is going to get pulled down through here. It's coming through here. The water is going to flow through here. It's coming out of this port here. It's going to filter through that media. And when I'm done, there's going to be a line that goes down, a PVC line, and goes into the condensate drain or a sump pump, whatever you have at your house. This is the filter media. Needs to be changed every year. Every year it needs to be changed because you have bacteria that begins to grow in here if it sits out over the summertime, if it's wet or whatever, anything like that. But we always say, there's calcium buildup also that builds up on here. So we always recommend to the customer, change it every year. Anyway, the filter media goes in place. At that point, the cover goes on top. And there we go. I'm now going to start with my Humidistat. Like I said, the water line's already hooked up. I'm going to mount this against here. If you use a copper water line, very, very important. If you use a copper water line, it cannot touch the sheet metal. The two metals counteract with each other, and what happens is you start to have oxidation on it, and you end up with a pinhole leak years after the fact. So either plastic or copper, whatever you prefer. Alright, now I'm starting my ductwork, which is going to run to the warm air supply. I started with a 6" 90. This particular brand requires the Humidistat be installed above the humidifier, not in the room itself. I've already started a pilot hole here, which is about the diameter of your thumb. It needs to read, the Humidistat needs to read that temperature that's coming back from the return air. So I'm going to mount this on here, and then we're going to run a thermostat wire back down to the humidifier, and then we're going to hook up to the furnace itself. Alright, this is the final product here. Humidifier here. Got my drain line going down here. As you can see, the water, actually the furnace is on right now, so the drain line is actually allowing the water to go to the condensate pump right now. This is my feed valve, which is, there's a solenoid inside of here. I have a flex tubing. What I got was flex tubing because of the different turns. I found it easier to do the hard flex tubing that they have, which you can find at Home Depot or Lowe's. Always, very important again, there's a damper here. So open during the winter, closed during the summer. So just remember that, because if you have it closed, then it won't allow the air to actually feed to the rest of the house at that point. Up here at the top, all I did was I tacked a hole inside of here. I put what they call a airtight takeoff on there, put the screws in there. It's also a damper here I did just for extra. And that's it. Thank you for visiting A&B Heating and Cooling again. And hopefully we'll have another video soon for something else with the HVAC industry. Thanks.